We start with the prayers. Om Bhadram Karnedhi Shriyama Deva Bhadram Pashyet Makshabhiryajatraha Sthirairangai Sushtubhagam Sashtanubhihi Vishema Devahitam Yadayuho Swasti na Indro Viddashavaha Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti no साक्षोररिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Yesterday, Mandukya Upaniṣad Bhashyam. We are in the 23rd Kārikā. And what we are studying now is the Kārikas from 19th to 20th, which deals with the Omāra mantras. 10, 11, 9, 10, 11 are the mantras dealing with Omāra, and the 12th mantra deals with Amātra. So now we are in the last Kārikā of Gaudapadacharya, Kārikā number 23, which is a conclusion of the first three padas of Omāra and an introduction to the Amātra. With this short introduction to Karika 23, let's go into the Bhashyam where we stopped last week. Karika 23 talks about the sound of letter A. If you meditate on this, the Karika says, you will have a well-developed waking state. That means you will be very clear in your vyavahara. That is the first portion of this Karika. The second portion of the Karika is, if you meditate on the letter U, you will have a well-developed mind and intellect, which is the dream state, and you meditate on the dream state. Why do we meditate? What happens when we meditate on the dream state? We are dealing only with our mind, not with the external world. And then it says, those who meditate on the Makara, they attain prajna. Prajna means restfulness. But what happens if once you have finished this meditation, what remains is soundless Amātra. There, you have no attainment of any of the words, but you get the knowledge of Paramartha Swarupa. This is what the Kārikā says. And the details of that last week, and this is where we stop the Bhashyam portion. Here again, whatever I have said so far, that is what Shankaracharya is explaining in this paragraph. Akara Upasaka deals with Vishwam. Vishwam means the world. Now, this Upasaka, he becomes the Virat Devata after death. That means you come to realize I, which is attached to this waking world, ultimately resolves in the Devata called as Virat Devata. It is not Brahman. It is a portion of Brahman. It is 1/4 of Brahman. Ukara Devata, Ukara Upasaka merges in Hiranyagarbha. This is a second level, which is a more subtler level of the Devata. And the Makara Upasaka, he merges with Antaryami Ishvara, which is the Karana Prapancha. What happens to Amātra? Gatihi Nasti. There is no path where he has to go. Because the I which was attached to this body, physical body, the subtle body, and the causal body, all the three bodies have already merged in the level of Ishvara. Ishvara is called as Bija Bhava Shayade. That means when you merge with the Ishvara, you are merging with the seed of the waking state and the dream state. This is a very, very unique teaching of Mandukya Upaniṣad. That is why this Upanishad gets a very great importance in understanding our real nature. This aspect, what is the aspect? That the sleep is a bija avastha. We have already seen it is a seed of agrahana. Agrahana means I don't hold anything of the world, gross world, or the subtle world. But when the seed state is gone, suppose I cross over the seed state in my intellect, in my understanding, and I say there is a paramarthika level, which is paramarthika vastu, which is nirgunam brahma. In Mandukya, it is called as yam. Suppose your intellect is able to reach the higher level. Then the Upanishad, then the Shankaracharya says, there is no travel for you at all. There is no rebirth because Saguna Brahman, which is a Karya, merges into Nirguna Brahman. These are all things at a cosmic level. The only source of knowledge for this is the Upanishad. Karyam alone resolves in Kara. Bangle, chain, ring. They are karyam. They are products. Where will they resolve? They will resolve into gold, which is the cause. Similarly, the Virat, that means the physical universe, will merge into its karyam, its karanam, which is Hiranyagarbha. Immediate karana. But Hiranyagarbha, which is a world, subtle prapancha, also is a karya of Ishvara. Try to understand this. Just understanding to be done. It is only an intellectual understanding how I see this world. When I experience the physical world, I should not conclude that this is the absolute world. This is the final world. I should also inquire into my dream world, also into the sleep avastha. Then what happens? Ishvara, the Karana Prapancha, which is always the Karanam for the universe, there is a higher level of this Ishvara. And that higher level is called as Turiyam, the seventh mantra of the Upanishad, or the 12th mantra of the Upanishad. The seventh mantra and the 12th mantra are mirror images of the same Turiya Vastu. So when the Saguna Brahman merges with Nirguna Brahman, it is a totally different kind. Because Ishvara is eternally there, even during Pralaya. It is this potential condition which exists, which is called as unmanifest condition. So what is the meaning of this resolution of the Saguna Brahman into Nirguna Brahman? Anandagiri, who is a commentator of the Shankara Bhashyam, he gives that clarification and he says, resolution of the Sagunam into Nirgunam is just an understanding that Sagunam Brahma does not exist separate from Nirgunam Brahma. Very important point he makes here. Okay, this is at the cosmic level. How do I understand it at my individual level? What I should understand is I have a nirguna avastha. Saguna avastha is this physical body or the dream body. I have a nirguna avastha first, which is called as the sleep state, Advaita avastha. Beyond that Advaita avastha is a vastu called as Advaita vastu, which is the description given in the seventh. See, the seventh mantra and the 12th mantra, what it signifies is very, very subtle. It is difficult for us initially when we repeatedly understand this nature of ours, that we have a higher nature which is called as Nirguna Avastha or Nirguna Brahman. At that Nirguna level alone, there is resolution, there is oneness, which is what Mahavakya reveals to us. Tattvamasi, Prajnanam Brahma, Aham Brahmasi, all these are all descriptions of the seventh mantra. They are all referring to the seventh mantra. So, Nirguna Brahman has got the easiness. You see, many times I say the Sat. Sat means easiness. Nirguna Brahman, at the highest level only you have the easiness, which is led to the sleep state, dream state, and the waking state. This is how we have to understand. So, Nirguna Brahman or Turiya alone has got easiness, alone has got consciousness, which is lent to Shariratrayam, Prapanchatrayam, and Mātra-trayam. Mātra-trayam, why Mātra-trayam? Because we are saying that the Prapancha, Shariratrayam, and Prapanchatrayam are nothing but the Akara, Ukara, and Makara of O. The Shariratrayam and Prapanchatrayam, they have borrowed existence. And therefore, it is called as Vyavaharika Satta. So there was a question raised by Nandu in one of the Q&A sessions. What about the sleep state? Is it Vyavaharikam or is it not Vyavaharikam? Nandu Desai had asked this question. So here, it's very clear. The sleep state, the dream state, and the waking state, together with the world of Virat, Hiranyagarbha, and Antaryami, is called as Vyavaharikam. See how deep this Upanishad is. That is why when you understand this Upanishad clearly, you are able to reach the highest, whatever the Veda wants to teach you. This Nirguna Brahman is Paramarthika Satyam, absolute reality. The Vyavaharika Satyam is a cycle. Even when the body goes away, the Sukshma Sharira will take another body. But one thing we should understand, the Vyavaharika Satyam cannot exist separate from Paramarthika Vastu, which is called as Turiyam. That means what? Always Paramarthika, the absolute Turiyam, which is without the word, always is there. Right now also it is there. Only thing is I don't know that. Upanishad comes here and reveals to me that this Vyavahara of the class is not the ultimate reality. The ultimate reality is Turiyam. So while listening to the class itself, you should be able to drop the class and say, I am the Turiya Atma. That is what is expected of a senior student. While listening to this explanation, the Jivatva, which is called as Vakerhood, Dreamerhood, Sleeperhood, that merges with Ishvara, and what is left out is Amātra. For that Amātra, there is no Gatihi. There is no travel. It is always there. Now, this is a topic Shankaracharya and Gaudapadacharya, they introduce in the last Kārikā of which is Kārikā 23. It is an introduction of what we are going to study in the 12th mantra, which is the most important mantra, like the 7th. Now, this is a revision slide. We have completed the 3 matras of Omāra. 19, 20, 21 Kārikas are a commentary on 3 matras. 22 and 23 is an introduction to the Amātra, which is the 12th mantra. And we have seen how this Akara merges with Virat, Ukara merges with Hiranyagarbha, Makara merges with Antarya. This merger is temporary till the end of Srishti. That means the Jiva, Ahamkara, merges into Ishvara till the time of Srishti. When the next Srishti comes, one will come back if he doesn't know the Amātra. If he doesn't know the Amātra, the significance of. So, knowing up to the sleep world is not the end of Upanishadic study. Waking world, dream world, sleep world. At the sleep world, it is a causal. It is the cause of the waking and the dream. Even during pralayam, the pralayam is nothing but it is a unmanifest condition. Exactly. See, what is unmanifest condition? We have example of sleep. Now, what Shankaracharya says is the same unmanifest condition is there for you when you leave this body also. And the same unmanifest condition is there for you during the pralayam when the whole world is dissolved. These are all things we come to know from the Upanishads, the Vedanta portion. Okay? Now, Shankaracharya goes and gives this mantra about the Amātra. Let us chant the mantra number 12, which is the most important verse for the Omāra asana.
Amātraschaturdhāः avyavaharyah prapanchopashamah Shivodvaita evam omkara atmaiva संविशत्यात्मानात्मानम् संविशत्यात्मनात्मानम् य एवं वेद य एवं वेद अमात्रश्चतुर्थ
So what does this mantra say? It describes the turiyam, which is silence. Now, this silence is avyavaharyam. First of all, it says Amātra is the chaturtha. It is the fourth matra. The fourth akara, ukara, makara are the three matras. But amātra means it refers to the silence. It is the fourth state. Now, the same what we have discussed in the seventh mantra is repeated here. What are the words which we said for turiyam? First one is avyavaharyam. This turiyam is a state where there is no transaction at all at any time. That is why it is called as absolute reality. From our point of view, we must remember that there is something called as Turiyam or Ātma or Brahman, in which all of us merge. That is what is called as reality. What is the second word used in the seventh mantra? Prapancho Upashamam. Second word. Turiyam is a state where the whole cosmos has resolved. Resolution. Only intellectually. Don't try to see physically like tomorrow morning also the world will come. After understanding Turiyam also the world will be there. For me, experience of the world will continue. But internally, in my intellect, I will have to say there is a state in which the whole world resolves. Shivaha, third word. Shivaha is a technical word. It is auspicious. Why is it auspicious? Because it is pure. Anything pure in the world is auspicious. Gold is pure. Anything pure is auspicious. So Shiva is where there is no sorrow. There is no disturbance of the mind. That is what is called as the Shanti of Ātma. Yesterday in Kathopanishad, I was talking about the Shanti of Ātma and the Shanti of mind. They are two different things. Here it is Shanti of Ātma, which is what the Upanishad wants to reveal. So the four words, then the last word is Advaitaha. Advaitaha means it is a non-dual state. Again, remember, this world of Vyavahara cannot exist without Turiya. So don't think that once you have reached the level of Turiya, then what happens? Then you are not bothered about this Vyavaharika world because you have known the substratum, which is a very precious thing. You have known because you have come to the Veda, you have come to Mandukya Upaniṣad, and the Mandukya Upaniṣad is revealing to you. Every intellect, when it realizes the Turiyam, it is a blessing of the Veda. The Veda blesses you. If you are able to understand this Turiyam, the nature of Ātma, the nature of Brahman, the nature of the entire universe, you are blessed by the Lord, you are blessed by the highest in this universe. Omkara is the very Atma. Now you understand why we say Omkara is the self of all. Omkara means it is just not the waking dream and sleep state. Omkara, the silence portion of Omkara, reveals the highest in this universe. There is no word comparable to this word Om. At any time you want to just meditate. If you don't know what to meditate, just chant Om. You will realize the calmness, the shanti of Atman. And what does this mantra say of the Upanishad? It says, one knows this enters the Atma by himself. Because it is not the Guru who is going to do it. Guru is only showing you the path. What is the path? In my mind, I have to go and say, Aham Turiya Atma Asmi. I have to say, that is the path. That is the knowledge. And once you have got this message from the Upanishad deep inside your mind, and you're able to, I will use the word experience. I don't have any other word. If you are able to experience this Atma within yourself as the absolute reality through the mantra of Amātra or the seventh mantra, then that is all. There is nothing to do after this. This is a very beautiful mantra, and the Upanishad is the shortest Upanishad of all the 12 Upanishads which I showed yesterday in the Kathopanishad. Many of you are attending the Kathopanishad class also. I'm taking a revision of Upanishads now for the Saturday class students. The Saturday class, they are getting, yesterday we did three Upanishads. We covered Kaivalya Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad, and Keno Upanishad yesterday. Next Saturday, I'm going to do Taittiriya Upanishad and Katha Upanishad revision. For those who are interested, please attend next Saturday's session. Same link. And it is at 6 o'clock, 1 hour before Sunday classes. After that, perhaps in the Saturday after that, I don't have the dates before me, but the next Saturday is this Upanishad. I am going to do a revision, a bird's eye view of the other 5 Upanishads. Very good summary. If you can attend it, it will be good for you. So attend those sessions on Saturdays. It will be 2-3 Saturdays. After that, we are going to do Prashna Upanishad Bhashya. I'm going to do a summary of Aitareya Upanishad, Prashna Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, and Mandukya. All these 5 Upanishads, just a bird's eye view. Why I'm taking this session is, I want all of you who are listening to these talks to have the understanding of what is the central message of all these Upanishads. The central message is only one, and that is called as Paramatika Satya. This is the central message. We have to drop this idea that Vyavaharika is the absolute reality. Many of us, before the study of Upanishads, we think this Vyavahara is the absolute reality. Absolute means what? There is total, it is a total oneness. Whatever we see, experience in this world as Dvaitam is the final. What Upanishad says is, this is a wrong understanding of the world. You need to correct the understanding And in each Upanishad, they try to correct your understanding of Paramarthika Vastu, which is Brahman. In this Mandukya, it is the seventh mantra and the 12th mantra. In Chandogya Upanishad, it is Tattvamasi. In Kathopanishad, it is Etat Vaitat. In Keno Upanishad, it is Pratibodha Viditam. Each Upanishad has got mantras which refer to the same Paramarthika Vastu, Tattu Samanvayat. I'm digressing a little bit, I know, but it is important for you to understand because Tattu Samanvayat is the fourth sutra in Brahma Sutras. Shastra Yonitvat is the third sutra. Now, these two sutras, what do they say? Brahman can be known, Turiyam can be known only through the Shastra, number one. Number two is Tattu Samanvayat. Tattu Samanvayat means all the central teaching of all the Upanishads is Brahman, is Turiya. Many students don't understand this central teaching. They just study the Bhagavad Gita. They just get lost because they don't know that this is the final thing which the seeker has to know. Okay, so this is just a digression, but I wanted you to get a picture of this. And also, if you are interested, please attend these sessions, or you can just write to me. I will send you the video recordings. Like yesterday's video recording, you can write to me or send me a message. I can send you the recording of yesterday. Three Upanishads we revised yesterday. So mantra 12 is Amātrascha Chaturtaha. It is Amātra. Amātra means there is no sound. For all the matras, A, U, Ma, Ka, Ga, Ga, Na, Cha, Cha, all that is a sound. But here it is silence. This silence indicates Avyavaharyam, Prapancho Upashamam, Shiva Advaitam. It is the Lakshyartha. The silence has got Bhāchyartha and Lakshyartha. Bhāchyartha is what you will experience, the experience of silence. Lakshyartha of silence is Avyavaharyam, Prapanchopashamam, Shivaha Advaita. The direct meaning of Amātra is silence. The indirect meaning of Amātra is consciousness, which pervades the silence, which witnesses the silence. Who sees the silence? Who experiences that there is no sound? It is consciousness. That consciousness is an adhishtanam of silence. See how deep it is. Silence itself, okay, I can understand. But there is an adhishtanam. There is a substratum on which the silence is standing. I should know that substratum as my swarupam. That is what is called as Mahavakya, Bhagavata Tyaga Lakshanam. So in Vedanta, you have to go to this level of the adhishtanam of silence. Don't stop at silence. How do I do it? Only in your mind you say, I'm experiencing the silence. There is an adhishtanam. Bring this thought in your mind. That thought, it will take you to your... That's all. You have to only claim it as I am that adhishtanam. It's not that I'm experiencing adhishtanam. You have to say, I am the adhishtanam. I am the chaitanyam. I am the turiyam. I am the Amātra, which is revealed in the Mandukya Upaniṣad. Whoever understands, he can be from any part of the world. He can be a Christian. He can be a Muslim. He can come to this Upanishad, understand the nature of what the Upanishad is revealing to me. He will also get it. Because this is common, this is universal. Universally, we are all having adhyasa. We are having a mistake in understanding who we are. That is what in the Adhyasa Bhashyam of Brahma Sutra, Shankaracharya beautifully corrects a mistake. He says the whole study of Vedanta is nothing but to correct our understanding of I am not the body, I am Turiya Atma. So this is the gist of the mantra number 12. Now we will go to the Shankara Bhashyam, not very elaborate, but fairly concise. In the first paragraph of the Bhashyam, what he says is, this Amātra is limitless. This fourth mantra, the fourth pada is Amātra, and they all the other three matras, they get resolved in this. Which means what? The waking, dream, and sleep. Because Amātra refers to the waking state. All the threes are all merging in the Amātra. Because they are merging, there is no Vyavahara. Therefore, it is called as Avyavaharyam. So first he says, Amātra matra yasya nasti. So Amatram. Amātra is the name of silence. Vidyate matra yasya. That which does not have any measurement. No vidyate. You cannot measure. For example, at the sleep state itself, it says that sleep state itself you cannot measure. You can only measure saying that the waking state comes into the sleep state and again comes out of the sleep state. That is the measure we are talking about in the sleep state. So A, U, Ma, each one is one unit, one unit, one unit. The sound has got a limitation, but the silence is limitless. There is no measurement, it is limitless. This is what Shankaracharya writes as a bhashya. So Omkara, Vakshyartha is A, U, Ma. Lakshyartha is silence. And that Lakshyartha refers to 5 words: Avyavaharyam, Shantam, Shivam, Advaitam, Chaturtham Manyate. This description is the same description of Turiyam, which is Nirguna Atma Swarupam. Abhidhana, Abhideya, Sambandha, Abhidhana, Abhideya, Shinatva. A, U, Ma are resolved. Therefore, it is called as Abhidhanam. Abhidhanam means revealer. Abhideya means revealed. What is the revealer? The revealer is the silence. What is Abhideyam? What is revealed? Uma, which is the waking state, dream state, and so on. So, Vak is Abhidhanam, Manaha is Abhideyam. What is resolved is Virat, Hiranyagarbha, and Antaryami. So the word and its meaning, they are both resolved there in the silence. Resolved here does not mean it goes to Karana Avastha. Normally, resolution means Karyam goes to Karana, which is what waking state and dream state goes to the sleep state. But here, the resolution is not at the Karanam level. Here, the resolution is at the higher level. This is what is called as Paramarthika. Up to the level of the Karanam, the sleep state is Vyavaharika. But going beyond the sleep state, it is called as Paramarthikam. You must understand the word Paramarthikam refers to the Turiyam, which is beyond all whatever we are experiencing. Experienced world is up to the Antaryami level. First pada, second pada, third pada. The moment you drop this and we go beyond it, that is what is called as Turiya or Amātra. Resolution of the world means falsification of the world. Bhaditam. Shinatvam. In Sanskrit, it's called as Bhadaha. Bhadaha means falsified. It doesn't mean you're destroying the world. Intellectually, you're falsifying the world. Like intellectually, when you look at the chain, ring, or bangle, you can have two types of vision. You can say, I am looking at the chain ring bangle. When you're looking at the chain ring bangle, you're forgetting that it is gold. So you're defocusing from gold and you're seeing the nama and rupa. But suppose there's a goldsmith, he will not look at nama rupa, he will look at gold. So similarly, when you're living in the world, if you have the Paramarthika Drishti, you will be always abiding in the higher nature, which is Atma, which is Turiyam, which is Abhyaryam, which is Shantam, which is Shivam. Don't forget this word. These four words are very, very critical for you to transform yourself from Jivahood to Turiyamhood. So experientially, they exist. The world exists. But factually, they are absent. This is what is called as understanding. Swapnavatu bhaditat va avyavaharyam. Turiyam is not available for transaction. All transactions involve words and thoughts. That is why we say yato vacho nivardante aprapya manasasaha. Vacham, the words cannot reach Turiyam because it is not transactable. Mind also cannot think about Turiyam because it is not transactable. That is why we use words like silence, Amātra, to describe that state of Turiyam. Next, Shankaracharya gives the elaboration of the word Prapancho Upashamam, Shivam Advaitam. This resolution of the entire Karana Kaya Prapancha is called as Prapancho Upashamam. When does this happen? At the sleep state. But what is this Turiyam? What is this Amātra? It is pure. It is auspicious. And it is absolute happiness. It is not relative happiness. What is relative happiness? The happiness enjoyed by the mind when there are conducive conditions outside. But suppose you understand this Turiyam as always there, always existing, and you can shift your mind to this Turiyam, and that is what is called as absolute happiness. Absolute happiness means changeless happiness. Like changeless tranquility, peace of mind. Peace of mind is changing. After some time, it will go away. Again, the disturbance will come in the mind. But that is why it is called as relative peace. What about the peace of the Atma? It is always peaceful. So, as a seeker, what Shankaracharya says in the fourth chapter of in the fourth chapter of Mandukya. It says, learn to shift your attention all the time from your mind to Atma, from Ahankara to Atma, by knowing the nature of Atma as tranquil, ever tranquil. Many times students have come back to me and said, I can experience this consciousness. I've started experiencing what what you are saying is, I have understood the nature of Atma as consciousness, as tranquility, as restfulness. My intellect has been able to understand. It is not an experience, it is understanding. That is why it is called as jnana. It is called as jnana yoga, totally different from karma yoga. Jnana yoga and karma yoga are totally opposite. Jnana yoga deals with the vastu called as Atma. So, Omkara reveals this Turiya Atma by the word Amātra, exactly like the word Turiyam. And one who understands it, he enters this self. He enters means what? He understands the self to be of this nature. And suppose your intellect is able to understand, then what happens? All your sanchita karmas are burned. This is the proof. This Kārikā says that because Turiya Atma does not have a seed for germination, it is the seedless state. It can burn your sanchita karma. Then, when does prapancha upashamam happen? When there is artha prapancha and shabda prapancha are gone. Artha prapancha means suppose you don't see objects and you don't hear any words. That is what is called as prapancha upashamam. When does it happen? Naturally, it happens in the sleep. But a jnani, while living in the waking state, at any time he can remember this. You and I can also do it because we are exposed to this Turiya Vastu. Turiya Vastu is Paramarthika Vastu. Paramarthika Vastu is unmanifest. It is not manifest. It is beyond the manifest and unmanifest. So when suppose there is no chair in front of you, there is no use for the word chair. Similarly, when the world is not in front of you, the words have got no meaning. All words are negated in sleep. This mantra which I quoted earlier, Yato vacho nivatante aprapya manasa saha anandam brahmo vidwan na viveti kadachadeti seshay eva sharira atma ya purvasya. What does this mantra say? Amātra. It is describing the same Amātra. Because in Amātra, you cannot describe anything. Words cannot be used. Mind cannot be used. Because it is upashamam. Because of this only, we say that the world exists and the world doesn't exist. Mastani sarvabhutani nachamasani bhutani. Bhagavad Gita. You may recall this. The world is there. The world is existing in me. The Lord says, Lord, the world is existing. That means he is referring to the Prajñavasa, Prapanchopashamam, that third part. When he says, Nachamasani Bhutani, world is not in me, he is referring to the higher nature where there is no world, the Amātra condition. What is the meaning of Shivaha? Shivaha means Mangala Srupa, Ananda Swarupam, auspicious. Mangala. It is always Mangala because there is no sorrow in it. Only when there is sorrow in the world of in the relative world, it is Mangalam mixed with Amangala. So now you can see the difference between the Paramarthika level and the Vyavaharika level. This is extremely important to understand. Your intellect must remember this because at the end of the Upanishads, Mandukya Upanishad, Shankaracharya says, if you have not understood the Paramarthika level, Vyavaharika level, Athebhasika level, you have not understood Mandukya. Towards the end of the Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad, Shankaracharya gives this tip. He says, let your mind start understanding the Paramarthika level at the time when you're listening to the seventh mantra or the 12th mantra itself. Don't wait for the last chapter 4. Now itself you realize your true nature, realize the essence of Upanishad. Right now, when you're studying the 12th mantra itself, that vastu is called as Advaitaha because everything else, waking state, dream state, sleep state, is mithya. Mithya means it is an appearance. It is not real. It is not. See, in Vedanta, we have this word mithya. In no other philosophy, we have this word mithya. No other philosophy. All other philosophies are Dvaita philosophies. Shankaracharya's explanation is Advaita philosophy. So the secret of Vedanta is to understand there is no duality, there is no second real thing. Second, unreal is possible, like in dream state. So many other things are there. I dream of so many horrible dreams also, so many good dreams also. But are they really there? No. It just came and went. Similarly, is this waking state also. It is not pratibhasika. It is vyavaharika. Vyavaharikam is different than pratibhasika. Anatma prapancha is unreal, but it is appearing. Satyam admits unreal things. Turiya accepts the mithya, waking, dream, and sleeps. Advaitam only says it is not real plurality, it is unreal plurality. So creation is real or unreal? Creation, according to Mandukya Upaniṣad, is unreal creation. Therefore, Brahman or Turiyam is called as Akaranam Brahman. Akaranam. In chapter 4 of Mandukya Upaniṣad, this word comes in. The whole of chapter 4 only talks about one thing. That Turiyam is Akaranam. Samvruttaha. It has become non-dual when you come to silence. So what is the knowledge of a jnani? He's got a very clear understanding that the waking state, dream state, and the sleep state are the three matras and three padas. Three matras means it is the Omāra, the three matras. Three padas means it is referring to the waking, dream, and sleep state. Matra means Uma. Uma and the waking, dream, and sleep, all these are mithya. The fourth matra, the fourth pada is Amātra. It is Satyam. That is what is my focus. Like I told you, the goldsmith focuses on gold. My focus all the time after studying the Mandukya Upanishad should be on the Amātra or Turiyam. If you want to meditate, you must keep in mind one topic all the time you can meditate on. I've conducted several meditation sessions. Today I'm going to do a meditation on Mandukya. Very beautiful meditation you will have. Omkara is a mixture of Mithya sound, Oma, and Satyam silence, which is Adhishtanam of the sound Om. Sound Om is Vachyartham. The Adhishtanam, silence, is an unuttered Mātra. It is silence, it is Adhishtanam, it is Turyam, it is Satyam, it is Atma, it is me. That is my real nature. All philosophers, they believe in Atma. All philosophers. They say the body is not me. They say that there is something different than the body, which is Atma. So the difference is not in Atma and Atma Bheda, Abheda, not in the knowledge of Atma and Atma. The confusion is in the nature of Atma. Again, this comes in the last chapter of Mandukya. Shankaracharya makes this very beautifully, and also it comes in Prashno Bhashyam. One who knows this fact about Omkara is a jnani. You can call yourself as a jnani because you have known what is Akara, Ukara, Makara, and you know what is silence. And you can meditate now. Therefore, you are a jnani. Being a jnani is nothing very great. Only thing is you have the knowledge of Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. Yaha evam Veda. Whoever knows this truth about the Turyam, Amātra, he alone merges with the Paramatma. He understands the nature of Nirguna Paramatma. Saguna Paramatma, everybody who goes to a temple know it because that is a form. But Nirguna Paramatma, you will know only when you come to Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad or study of any Upanishads. Just as a dreamer merges into the waker on waking up, I, the waker, merge into the Turyam status. The waker merges into Turyam status, the super waker status. How? By himself or herself. I alone can meditate. I am not the ahamkara, waker, but I am waker mind. I am the Atma. Every mind has to know how to drop the nature of the mind and turn towards the Atma. And once your mind learns to do this, either in the class while listening to the scriptures or in meditation, when you focus your attention on the Atma, you will be able to get the ultimate realization called as self-realization. Self is not the body, self is the consciousness. It is the lakshyartha, not the vachyartha of aham. Aham, I. Direct meaning of I is this body and mind. The indirect meaning, the lakshyartha is consciousness, amātra, turiyam. Paramartha drishti is a drishti or a vision of chaturtha matra and chaturtha pada. Tritiyam bija bhavan dagdam. By knowing this tritiya pada, the self-ignorance, by knowing the turiyam, you can burn down the tritiya pada of self-ignorance, which is bija bhava. I don't have the seed anymore. That is what is called as moksha. See how beautiful this mantra and the explanation of Shankaracharya is. Straight away, you understand this mantra, the 12th mantra, you are with your real self. This mantra is description, the details of this mantra, the notes of this mantra, number 12, are very precious. You can study it again and again, reflect on them, try to understand yourself, what this Amātra is, what is the silence, how can the silence lead me to my real nature. Bija contains Chaitanyam and Karana Sharira. The sleep avastha, when we are all sleeping, it has got two things. One, it is there is a Karana Sharira. Karana Shariram is where all the impressions of Sanchitas are stored. Prarabdha is stored in that Bija avastha. Whatever you're going to experience tomorrow, day after tomorrow, what the scripture says is the Turiya Jnanam can only burn the Sanchita portion. It cannot touch the Prarabdha. Prarabdha has to be experienced and exhausted. यथैवांसि समिद्धोऽग्निः भस्मसात् कुरुते अर्जुन ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि भस्मासात् कुरुते तथा. Like the fire which burns away the fuel, you keep on pouring oblations after oblations on the fire. Homa Kunda. What will the Homa fire do? Burn, burn, again and again. You put anything, it will burn. You put ghee, it will burn. You put any fuel, it will burn. Any sticks you put, it will burn. Similarly, this jnana, the Turiya jnana, has got the ability to reduce all your karma phalans into ashes. This is what Bhagavad Gita says. This is what Mandukya Upaniṣad says. Burning the third pada is the ahamkara burning. After the Turiya Jnanam, you will not give too much importance to ahamkara. The dream world disappears on waking up, but the waking world still will remain till the prarabdha is over. So, therefore, Jnani enjoys Jivan Mukti, means mental freedom, freedom from sorrow. He will, till the prarabdha is there, he will appear in the world. But once the prarabdha is finished, Sanchita is gone, will not take up agami. And this Jivan Mukti alone becomes Videha Mukti. Videha Mukti means he's not born again. Why? Because Turiya Avastha, Turiya Vastu is Abhijatva. Through the intellect, he has understood the Turiya Chaitanyam. Turiya Chaitanyam does not have any at any time. Like, for example, there's no darkness in the sun at any time. Similarly, Turiya Avastha, I know the Turiya Avastha, I am that Turiya Avastha, I am not the Ahamkara which is appearing and disappearing. That is the knowledge of a person who understands this 12th mantra. Shankaracharya writes commentary after commentary for this mantra. What does he say in the next paragraph? When a person discriminates the rope and rope snake, rope is the adhishtanam, rope snake is a superficial experience. Similarly, Anatma experience is the rope snake. Atma, silence experience, Turiyam experience is the adhisthana experience. After the Viveka, the unreal snake samskaras go away. That means the waking state samskaras will go away. You will only, like I said, you can remain as a grahastha, do all your actions. Only thing is you have the knowledge that I am the Turiya. Nothing changes in life. Therefore, a grahastha can realize the Turiya Atma and be a Jivanti while undergoing his prarabdha related actions. Omkara Dhyanam is Aikya Upasana and Aikya Jnanam. When is it Aikya Jnanam? When I know the silence portion Amātra. When is it Aikya Upasana? When I know only the three matras A, O, Ma. So for a Madhyama Akari, Mandukya who doesn't have the imagination for understanding the correct relevance of silence, Amātra, he will remain as Aikya Upasana. He will know I have merged in this Ishvara status. But cross that Ishvara status is called as Jnanam. Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman, is a fact. It is a Jnanam. It is not an Upasana. It is for a qualified Parahamsa sannyasi. Basically, it is a jnana. Understand, it is jnana. It is anybody who is a grihastha, vanapasa, anybody can get this jnana. Okay. Upasana is done Kara, Uttara, and Makara. And what are the three common features? Just remember, because if you do meditations, these common features will help you. Aptihi and Adhimatvam is there for Akara. Utkarsha and Ubhayat Atma is there for Hiranyagarbha, the dreamer, Ukara. Vitihi and Apidihi is there for Ishvara. I have already explained these words before. Apidihi, Vitihi, measure of the waking and dream state is the Vitihi. Apitihi is the resolution ground. Ubhayatma is the intermediary portion. Kara comes in between the Akara and Makara. And it is Utkarsha. Utkarsha means it is very superior because it is the cause of the physical world. Adhimatvam means it is the first. Virat and Akara is the first. Aptihi means it is all pervading. Okay, so these 6 letters, 6 technical words, try to remember, it will help you in your upasana. Upasana is on common features of matras and devatas which are described in 9, 10, and 11. Omkara pratika alambanam for an uttama adhikari, it is nirguna jnanam. It is not an imagination. Aham Brahmasmi. Suppose you say Aham Brahmasmi, it is a fact. Don't think it is an imagination. When you bring the thought in your mind, you're only trying to say this is what the scriptures are telling me. Aham Brahmasmi. So Jivan Mukti is through Vichara. Okay, I will probably start this portion next week or Kārikā number 24. Okay, let me finish this portion. Next week it can start the Kārikā number 24. So meditation on this Omkara leads to moksha prapti. Omkara is very useful for seekers and ritualists. How can the ritualist, what is the benefit of Omkara for a ritualist? It is for purifying the materials required for a yajna. For a Uttamadhikari, Omkara is useful for Brahmajnanam, Turiya. It is useful for inquiry about who am I. For the Madhyama Adhikari and Manda Adhikari, Omkara is useful as an imagination, as a upasana before jnana. Omkara, like that is the akara, ukara, ukara. This Omkara is multi-purpose. It's a most versatile mantra of the Veda. Gayatri Upanishad. So Omkara can be used by different people for different purposes. That is why it is like a Swiss knife. That's the comparison given by the commentator. Gayatri Upanishad has got the Upasana portion. Om is uttered before any ritual. The chief priest, when he starts the ritual, he will chant Om first. Mandukya Upaniṣad says in the third chapter, depending on your own intellectual capacity, Omkara can have different benefits for you. It can give you moksha. It can give you purification of mind, depending on the level of your intellect. So ultimately, what is the conclusion of this mantra? Number 12. Turiya is the silence which is beyond any kind of transactions. Amātra is silence. There's no transactions. It is auspicious. It is Advaitam. This Omkara is the very Ātma itself. It is the self in all of us. When you chant Om, Om, Om in your meditation, what happens is you're remembering yourself, which is pure consciousness. Okay? Now, from 24th Kārikā, which we will start next week, till the 29th Kārikā, they're all commentaries on the 12th mantra, which we have discussed today. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 6 Kārikas are there. With the end of once we finish the 6 Kārikas on Amātra, then the first chapter of Mandukya is over. The Upanishadic portion and the commentary on the Upanishadic mantras will finish once we do the 6 Kārikas from 24 to 29. Okay. So we will start next week with Kārikā 24. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamathaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So Venkatesh Rao, he says, Om is a mystic syllable. It's a tool to tune to our own ultimate reality. And it's a very beautiful aspect of our meditation. Ultimately, Om can reach you, can take you to the ultimate. Om is a sound, but what it reveals, is Lakshartha of Om, which is silence, which is Turiyam, which is Brahman, which is the ultimate, whatever exists in this universe, the ultimate is called as Turiyam. This is a very, very simple meditation recommended by almost all the acharyas for the realization of the true self, Satya Vastu. So, Rao, I'm happy you have mentioned that. Thank you. It shows your understanding of this mantra. Thank you. Is there anybody else who has any other remark about today's talk? Or if you have any other questions, Shanmugam is muting all of you. You can unmute yourself and pose your questions.
Yeah, Shekharji, Venkatesh here.
Yeah, Venkatesh, go ahead.
This Upanishad is like a doctrine, actually. Yeah. I mean, we see there are, in spite of so many Upanishads, though they ultimately the Brahman is the Advaita, and that is what we need to reach and all. But this one Upanishad is a practical way to reach that Brahman, actually. Like by going through the different Upanishads and all, if we just see how to get that Brahman, actually, what is the ultimate way to reach? So what we finally have is Shravanam and Mananam and Nididhyasa. We can Shravanam, we can do, Mananam, we can do, but Nididhyasa is an extremely difficult part. And in this particular Mandukya, the way the Bhashyam and the Upanishad has revealed to reach that ultimate absolute Brahman, Nirguna Brahma, through that Om meditation, which is a practical base, a practical tool. I mean, from the objective world to go to the subjective world, this is the only, like, a very powerful tool. So it's an extraordinary way of revealing this specific syllable. And this is not only another thing. What we see is both from the materialistic point of view as well as the spiritual world. So what else can be the goal of any individual, actually, to attain either in the materialistic world or in the spiritual world? Both the ultimate revealer is what is this Upanishad. So it's an extraordinary way the Bhashyam has revealed, clarified. The hidden treasure is revealed through the Bhashyam. So it's very amazing. I mean, I feel whenever I just go through, it's maybe so many times going through Māṇḍūkya, but every time it is something different, actually. Like something adhyasa, it gets revealed. So it's a very gradual way of opening, and the evolution is very gradual, and Om is the way to reach that ultimate goal. Particularly for the Nididhyasam, I'm sure this plays a vital role.
Thank you, Venkatesh. I think what you have said is very true. And that's why I keep repeating that Mandukya is, if you want to do one Upanishad in your lifetime, do Mandukya, you'll be very happy and you'll be fulfilled. There's nothing else. All other Upanishads are equally great, but they have a different style. To some of the people, this Mandukya appeals more than the other Upanishads. And it's an amazing construction of 12 mantras, and the way it delivers the benefit of study. It's truly amazing. It's really, really amazing how the Upanishad can conceptualize the entire cosmos into three states, and which we all experience. You see, the beauty is it is dealing with our own experience, Anubhava. See, Shruti, Yukti, and Anubhava. Mandukya's Upanishad scores 100 out of 100 in our Anubhava portion. And then when you do the Karikas, it will score 100 out of 100 in the Yukti portion. And Shravanam itself is 100 out of 100 because if you know the Yukti and the Anubhava portion is there and you listen to it, that's it. There's nothing more. when you chant, when you understand the seventh mantra or the 12th mantra, you will reach the same destination.
Very
It's
practical. Yeah. Very scientific and practical. That is what.
very scientific. Anybody who is a scientist who wants to understand Upanishads, he should do the Mandukya and then ask the question whether this Mandukya reveals to them what they're searching in life. I mean, that's what this Upanishad can do. Thank you, Videsh. Anybody else?
Sir.
Nandu, tell me.
Yeah, I think this is a beautiful one. And I believe Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad is saying, like Sri Rama is saying to Hanumanta, Mandukyam Kevalam. So that only one Upanishad itself is like a sufficient. But the sadhaka should be maybe up to that level to have that knowledge and everything. And I believe in the philosophy of Swami Chinmayananda. Swami Chinmayananda beautifully made the BMI chart and Supreme Om as the Supreme Reality. And there were like Upanishad Ganga serial was there from the Chinmaya Mission. It was a very beautiful one. And there was one episode about like Omkar Upasana itself. I mean, this is just like in our like day-to-day life, this Om thing is there. But we are not realizing that importance of that Om. That is very beautifully mentioned in that serial. Maybe many of might have seen that, but I may share with you, sir, in case if it is right to share with you.
Yeah, no problem. You can share it with me. I can give it to the group. They can have a look at it.
Yep.
And you mentioned about Māṇḍūkya Upanishad, right?
Yeah, Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad.
And that is where it says that if you want to learn one Upanishad, you learn Mandukya.
Mandukya Upaniṣad. Yeah.
And that is
like Hanumanta. Hanumanta is asking question. Yeah.
Yes. So Lord Rama teaches him, you want to learn. Hanumanji says that I don't have time to go through the 108 Upanishads. Then Lord Rama says, don't worry about it. Just learn one Upanishad.
Yeah.
Very famous sentence which comes in that Upanishad. And maybe that is why this Upanishad has got a popularity amongst all the Upanishads. And anybody who studies the Upanishads, he himself will realize. You see, if you have gone through these Upanishads, 12 Upanishads, and you go through the Māṇḍūkya, you see, the greatest asset for us is we have got two commentators on this. Gaudapadacharya, who existed 200 years before him. And then we have Shankaracharya's commentary. And then today we are reading that commentary of Shankaracharya and Gaudapadacharya. So many, almost 1,000 years ago, this commentary has been written. And this commentary will have relevance even if anybody after another 1,000 years reads the same thing. Because the subject matter is aham. It is I. So this will never go out of fashion. As long as the human beings live on earth, they will, at one point, they'll ask a question, who is this I? Because there is an I in this body. Aham, aham, aham. And it is changeless. Any thinking person will come to inquire about this aham. And the only thing which can teach them what this aham is, Upanishads, and out of Upanishads again, Mandukya is Upanishad which dwells on this aham. Very beautiful. Thank you, Nandu. Anybody else? Okay, if there are no other questions, we'll stop today. We'll continue next week. Any commentary on the Mandukya, the seventh mantra? How did you find the meditation? Anybody would like to say on meditation? what we did today.
I think one word could be there, sir. It's just like speechless.
Yeah, we will come to that. That will come a little bit later. It is about Thurium cannot be described by words.
Yeah.
Hello, Shakaji. It's Bharat here.
Yeah, Bharat, go ahead.
I think for the mantra 7, for me personally, I think the words ekatma pratyasaram, shantam shivam advaitam. I think there are so many terms in that mantra 7. It's amazing that different terms might hit the seeker, different seekers, so different seekers can pick the terms that work best for them. There's so much packed in that mantra 7.
Yeah, I agree with you, Bharat. I'm going to conduct another 3-4 sessions on this mantra itself. So today's meditation was on the Apavada portion of the 7th mantra, where it negates all our experiences. In the first 6 mantras, it is Adhyaropa. In the first half of the 7th mantra, it is Apavada. Apavada means you're negating your experiences of waking, dream, sleep. After doing the negation, then the Upanishad will say it is Shantam, Shivam, it is Ekatma Pratyasaram, and so on. So that will be the next portion of the meditation. But these words are brilliant. I mean, even if you take one word and you can just meditate on, like you're saying, Ekatma Pratyasara.
That's right. One. It's like each word can allow the ice to be broken, at which point all the words, when you repeat the meditation with mantra 7, you're absolutely right. The negation and everything else comes into it. It is very powerful.
Yeah. Today's meditation was a preparation for the next session. The next session we will be doing 1 word, 2 words. That's it. But today it's like a preparation. Your mind is getting ready for the ultimate knowledge. See, the knowledge comes up in the words like Advait or Prapancha Upashama. These are all knowledge and very deep knowledge about the universe itself. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Bharat.
Shekhar, are you planning to do both this Akara, Ukara, Makara also meditations independently? Or?
Yeah, we'll do that. Yes. After we finish the 7th mantra, then I will go to the 12th mantra.
Okay.
When I do the 12th mantra, I will be doing Akara, Ukara, Makara meditations.
Okay.
I will do. I've never done these meditations before. I'm experimenting with this group. This is a very, very high level of meditation. Very, very powerful, and it can reach you to a very high level. That is exactly what I'm trying to see. Out of all the meditations I've conducted so far, my focus now is to take you to a higher level, to something which you have not experienced. Your mind has never experienced something like that. Like Anand is saying now, it can make your mind feel very light, and it can make you feel the presence of that Atma's Shanti. only when you feel that, then you will see the difference between Atma Shanti and Manas Shanti. Manas Shanti is coming and going, coming and going. But Atma Shanti, once you have tasted it, it will never go. Once you have, see, that is the beauty of this seventh mantra. It gives you the benefit of getting a taste of that Turiya. You will see it. In the next few sessions, you will. I want to slowly take your mind to that unmanifest state, which we call it as Turiyam. It is beyond that unmanifest state, but it exists. The whole universe is resolving into that. That is the knowledge which we get from the Mandukya Upaniṣad. The whole universe, you see, it is a fact. For you, it will become a fact if you are able to reach that level. Because it is something out of this entire universe. It is not in the, it is beyond the universe. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Anand. And also, Ganesh, you have mentioned about the quality of this meditation. This meditation which I'm doing is very, very powerful. You can repeat it in your own way. Once you have learned this, you can do it yourself. And you can extend the period whatever you want. And then you will see, yes, for you it will make sense. That's all. You don't have to tell this to anybody else. You see, this is a self-realization. It is knowing, I know myself, that's all. And after that, then you go. What Shankaracharya says very beautifully is let your life go. And you will be a very successful person in life. Because you are no longer affected by things in the world. This taste of Turiya, once you have it, you say, okay, fine, I will face it, whatever it comes. Those are the practical benefits of meditation, and of course the spiritual benefits are immense. So these few sessions, I will be going through exactly what Mandukya Upaniṣad is teaching. After the seventh mantra, I will be taking some other mantras of the Mandukya Upaniṣad itself on chapter 2, 3, 4, whatever some good mantras are there. Those are also very useful knowledge to have when you meditate. Okay, thank you, and we'll see you next week. Namaste.
Hari Om.
Hari Om, Shekharji. Thank you
Hari
so
Om.
much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, Shakaji.
Thank you, Bharat. Thank you.